Snow Sledders channel, and today we will be doing an episode on what to look for when you buy a new sled and not buy a piece of junk. So, Jamie will be...
Thank you. Also, when you pointed at my sled and said piece of junk, that was kind of offensive. So.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, back to the subject here. We're going to be giving some tips on when you buy your sled, what to look for, so you don't get a piece of junk for what you're paying for. So, first of all, when you come to the guy's house, you go to where the sled is, you say, hey, awesome sled, looks good, but can you start it? If he doesn't want to start it for you, obviously there's something wrong with it, it won't start. And if you're looking for a sled that you want to fix up, sure, buy it, go right ahead. If he's offering $500 for a sled and it doesn't work, and you want to fix it up, that's your choice whether you want to do that or not. But if you're looking, we're focusing on this for, if you're looking for a sled that you don't want to break down on your own trail, you don't want to spend money fixing up, you just want to buy it for a good price. So, what you're going to do is you're going to ask him if you can start it. If he starts it up, it runs good, make sure you don't hear anything ticking unless that's what it's supposed to do. But any unusual noise that you're unfamiliar with, maybe ask him about it. Right? So then you're going to see if it runs, see if it sounds good. So, secondly, maybe if you're kind of suspicious, ask him if you can take out the spark plugs, check the spark plugs, and to see if you have spark, like strong spark or weak spark. If you have strong spark, you know you're good for your electrical, all your electrical components. If you have a really weak spark, then if you want to figure out what's wrong, like you go back home, consider it, look it up on the internet, figure out what's wrong, what might be wrong, what you might be spending on that part. Check out our other video, the electrical diagnosis video for snowmobiles on EFI and just your regular snowmobile to figure out what might be wrong with it. So that's our second step. Third step, looks is not a big part of that. Like if you want a good looking sled, it can be all good looking, mint inside. That doesn't mean it's gonna last you if you want a sled like that. So I think that's about it on my side, what I can think of off the bat.
So when you go to their place, you looked on Kijiji, you found a snowmobile, your dream snowmobile, go to the guy's place and it's a piece of shit. You don't want that. So make sure you tell him, ask him if it's a good snowmobile. If it's a good snowmobile, go over there. Make sure you have all quality parts and make sure there's no rust or limited rust. You don't want a sled that falls apart on the track or trail over there. That's great. Make sure your electrical's fine, like he said. Fuel switch when it's running, fuel switch, headlights, especially your lights too, because if people want to know when you're braking, they want to know when you're coming, especially if it's in the dark. Speedometers are working. Make sure you want a good condition sled, obviously get a good condition sled. And do not go far to get a sled because if it's a piece of junk, it's a waste of gas, it's a waste of driving, and you don't want that.
Unless you know the person, of course.
Yeah. I went 3 hours up north to get my snowmobile, and yeah, I was lucky because it was a good looking snowmobile. It ran fine, and actually I wasn't lucky, it was John Deere, so they're always good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying though,
no.
You know, lucky. But like just because he got, like he just happened to get a good sled for driving up. I'm not saying you're not supposed to go 3 hours up north, right? Like it's your choice whether you want to drive a car and whether you're sure it's a good sled or whether you're sure it's not.
Especially when you get your sled, or before you get your sled, if there is any parts that need to be replaced, make sure they're easy parts to replace, such as a track or a windshield or even a hood, but that's a lot of money, $600 for a track or so. And the driver, if something's wrong with the driver, for instance, or one of your clutches or whatever, you don't want that because then you've got to take out your whole engine, got to take out your whole track system, your chain case, your secondary clutch, just to get out those little parts.
Yeah. So that's general for what you should look for when buying stuff. There might be more stuff, like it all depends what you're looking for, what you want to buy, and how much you're looking they know works. Like, just all you gotta do, pop your head underneath, look at the drag wheel, see if it's chipped. Look at your track, see if it's cracked. If you want to find a new track, do it. But it's all on what you want to do. That's just the basic foundation of what to look for when you're going to buy stuff.
So that basically wraps up everything. Thanks for watching our video from Snow Setters and Jamie.
Like, comment, subscribe. We need subscribers. We don't depend on it, but just subscribe. And also, we have my brother. He has a channel. It's called Time Out. He's doing a whole bunch of GoPro videos of really awesome stuff. Don't forget to check it out. It's pretty sweet. Time Out.